Hi, it's Abby Dyer Amonette, female entrepreneur and success strategist, and welcome to another episode of the Lead with Positivity Vodcast, where every week we bring you stories about female entrepreneurs that are doing big things in their communities and putting their ideas into action. Really excited today. I have Alicia Smith with me, and we are going to dive right in, Alicia, and tell me a little bit about you and your business.
Okay, so I'm Alicia, but in the coaching world, I go by Coach Lee. I'm a productivity and accountability coach, helping primarily women, what I call busypreneurs, kind of unleash that power within, unleash that inner superwoman, that inner superhero. Because as women, we often put ourselves last and put everybody else first. But I'm all about helping and empowering you to take back control, unleash your inner superhero, unleash your superpowers, so that you can start putting yourself and your goals first, so that you can pour into others the way you pour. So you can pour into yourself the way you pour into others.
Fantastic. And I know many female entrepreneurs out there can relate to what you've shared already. Tell me a little bit about what motivated you to start your business.
Honestly, it was other people. It was people always saying, "You're so motivating, you're so encouraging, like you should coach." Outside of the coaching world, I'm a criminal defense attorney. So for me, it was like, I don't have time to start a business. Like doing coaching, I went to school to be a lawyer. I love being a lawyer. But COVID happened. We started working from home. And so that kind of gave me a chance. There was only so many Netflix shows and things like that you can watch. So it kind of, those thoughts and those people were in my head kind of coming back to me. And I started looking into coaching, found a course to take, and I was halfway through the first video and I was like, yep, I see why they say it now. And I was all in from there.
How exciting. So tell us a little bit about your greatest inspiration and what that inspiration is and why.
I think my greatest inspiration, I think it would be twofold. One, other people. So like I said, I started my business because of other people. So I think other people seeing in you what you have the potential to do and what you've done for them in their life without even trying. Like, I didn't think that I was coaching them. I thought, I was just being a good friend, just being supportive. But to them, it was that push that they needed. So being able to do that intentionally for other people, whereas I was able to do it before without even trying. And then I guess my second one will be my aunt. She was a corporate lawyer. She's passed, but I guess seeing her do a lot of things in her career at a young age kind of just also gave me that drive and motivation as well.
Yeah. So purpose, right? How you find that true purpose. And I'm sure you were a fantastic attorney, but I can tell by the way you talk about coaching that you were an amazing coach as well. And I can feel that purpose in you. So tell me your biggest struggle in your business. And definitely COVID has given all of us a challenge all the way around, whether that is personal or professional. But what do you struggle with in your business?
I would say starting my business in COVID was probably actually a good thing, because that meant I came into it with those struggles. But for me, wanting to help so many people, going from coaching without the title of coaching and now having to monetize it and make it a business. So like not giving away the whole horse for free and not just wanting to coach everybody when they aren't willing to invest and get the true dedicated time with me. So I guess trying to give too much of myself, the thing that I'm helping people who work with me not do. So remembering that balance for myself.
Sure, absolutely. And you talked earlier about balance and women as female entrepreneurs having to kind of consider themselves. I was interested when I saw the information that you sent me from an organizational skill perspective, productivity, accountability. Talk to me a little bit about what you do with your clients.
So I'm all about the one-on-one, about the individualized approach, because what works for me might not work for you in terms of organization and productivity. So to me, it's all about getting to the why, figuring out what it is you struggle with and why you struggle with it, so that once we figure out that why, we can figure out what's going to work for you and test and try different things. So for me, it's about finding a system that's going to allow you to easily and simply get things done, for you to find that hidden time in your day, because we always say, I don't have time to do this, but yet and still we have enough time to binge watch a Netflix series. So it's about finding that hidden time and those pockets of time in the day where you're able to do for self and get things done, and then be able to like pour out into the other areas of your life. So I'm all about hoping you find that hidden time in your day.
Absolutely. Yes. Right. We all kind of struggle with managing and balancing so many things. Tell me a little bit about your biggest win so far as a female entrepreneur.
I would say getting the messages from people, which one can be, I guess, almost like a wait, that's a win, is getting the message from people who are like, I'm not ready to work with you yet because I know you're going to hold me accountable and I'm not quite there yet because I know when I sign up for you, you're going to push me. So I know some people might be like, how is that a win when they're saying I'm not going to work with you? It's because they know that I'm going to push and motivate them, but they also know that I'm not going to drag them along. So they know that I'm there and in their corner and they're just waiting for to get themselves a little bit more prepared to say, I know I need this and I'm ready to do it. And then I guess the flip side of that would be getting the message from people who are saying, hey, that thing you talked about in your live or in your video or in our session 3 months ago, 3 weeks ago, like I'm using it now. So hearing the wins.
Sure. So you mentioned lives. So when you were practicing as an attorney, were you in the courtroom?
Yeah. So I do both. I'm still
Okay.
a criminal defense attorney now. But yes, I do criminal defense. So I've done 3 trials in the last 6 weeks.
Wow. That, many of us are balancing things. That's a lot to be balancing with that type of career. But you mentioned live. So you're live in the courtroom. How do you feel about video and being live and getting used to doing that as a coach?
I think it was harder to listen to. Like before I started going live, I was doing like IGTV, so posting recorded videos. So having to listen to my own voice to edit it was difficult, to say the least. I don't have any problem with talking. I've been talking since like elementary school. I did these things that were called like oratorical contests, so probably like Toastmaster type things. So I've been public speaking all my life. So talking wasn't the issue. It was more like, oh, that's what my voice sounds like. Getting over that more than anything
Sure.
was the issue with live and videos and being camera ready.
I think many of us listen to our own voices and feel that way. So I think that is a common theme that many folks listening will relate to. So tell us a little bit about your kind of process or system as it relates to setting someone up on a plan as part of your program. What kind of framework? Tell us a little bit more about your program.
Okay, so I would say, I guess it kind of depends on, there are 2 main ways that like you can work with me. So like if we're working on just literally making you a plan in terms of a schedule and things like that, it's kind of figuring out what are the non-negotiables in your day? What are the I would like to's? What are the I need to's? And then kind of getting an idea of what your day looks like. What time do you want to wake up? What time do you want to go to bed? Are you willing to push one of those sides to be able to get more things done? Kind of figuring out your energy levels, like, okay, I'm a morning person, but you might be a night person. So making sure we're putting the things that you need to do around the times that your brain's going to be functioning and ready to do those things. So it's kind of doing a self-assessment with you, asking you questions to figure out your why, figuring out that purpose. Like, what is the why behind this? Why do you want to do it? Why do you want to do it now? So getting to that why and finding that why that's going to keep you motivated and push you when times get hard, because let's be real, life's going to happen and you're not going to always want to do it. But if you have that why and you have that strategy and that system that's going to help you to get there, you'll be good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What is the number one thing you would want to share with other female entrepreneurs about organizational skills or being more productive?
Start small. It's not an all or nothing approach, kind of like going on a fitness journey or weight loss journey. Don't try to throw the whole cupboard away and start like everything all at once. Small incremental steps are going to lead to lasting results because you're going to be able to build on the momentum, build on the progress you're making. Once you get one thing down, it's going to stick. And so adding more to it will be okay. So don't try to go from disorganized to organized all overnight. Find little ways that you can slowly pull back and get more organized, whether it's starting with, I don't make a to-do list. Start with making a to-do list. You might not know exactly how to do it, but start small, start somewhere. if you just kind of go with the flow in your day, make a daytime routine, a nighttime routine. So figure out like kind of the one area that you're struggling with the most and start there, but don't make it an all or nothing. Don't try to make a to-do list, make a daytime routine, a nighttime routine, and try to accomplish all the things. Kind of start small and figure out what works for you, because as you're going through the process, like I said, what works for me might not work for you. So you kind of have to figure out, this works, but I need to tweak this a little bit. But if you change everything all at one time, it's going to be hard to know which part of it doesn't work. So start small.
I think those are really great tips. One, everybody's really individual, right? And it is not a one size fits all for everyone. And you really can feel some success if you set a small goal in order to work towards, and you have a much better chance of being successful.
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit about how you define success.
Ooh, success is, it's to fail, I think. Because to me, I look at failure as your first attempt in learning. If you don't learn, how are you ever going to get better? So to me, success is failing forward. It's trying, not getting it right, adjusting, pivoting, getting back up, and continuing to go. So success is persevering. It's not quitting.
Great, a great way to look at it. Absolutely. And as you're working with folks, and this could be as a defense attorney or a prosecutor. Defense, as a defense attorney, or in your coaching business, how do you stay motivated? There are a lot of things that knock us down day in and day out. How do you keep yourself motivated?
I think it's those messages from people who randomly are like, hey, this touched me. Hey, I'm almost ready to work with you. Or even the messages out of the blue when people are asking about their services, even if they don't follow through and ultimately commit. It's just knowing that by showing up, you're making a difference. If I started this business because people saw me showing up when I thought I was just being myself and just, I like quotes, I like personal development. So I was just sharing that stuff, but didn't realize that I was motivating and encouraging people. So now that I know I am, people are watching, even if they don't say anything. And you'll be amazed when they do say something. You'll be like, I said that like a year ago, and you're just telling me this today. So just staying the course and knowing that people are watching.
Great advice. All right. One last piece of advice that you would give other female entrepreneurs. Start
before you're ready. Just start. Whatever it is, same thing with productivity, organization, start. Pick something and just start. Start small. You don't have to go all in, but starting is going to build that same momentum that you're going to need to keep going forward. So start, whatever it is. If the idea is in your head, if the idea is in your heart, start.
I love that. One of my kind of favorite pieces of advice is to show up, right? And it's kind of like starting. We have to get out there and get in front of people and share that superpower that we have as a female entrepreneur. So thank you so much for being here and sharing a little bit with us about your story. Thank you to everyone for joining the Lead with Positivity podcast, and where action-taking female entrepreneurs are showing up big in their communities and telling you about their stories as only they can. Now, if you liked this story and you want to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
See ya. Thank you.